will you marry me? Kind of a shocking statement coming forward, right? Similar to what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about the secrets of securing funding. If somebody out of the blue said, will you marry me? Obviously you'd say no, because you hadn't built a relationship with them. So today we're going to talk about building relationships and being a key part of securing funding. We're going to be talking about proposals, the executive summary, the body of the proposal. We're going to talk about letters of support. We're going to talk about having skin in the game through leverage resources. We're going to talk about the presentation in terms of making a funding presentation, follow up to the funding presentation, and those are the key elements that we're going to be talking about. So first of all, building relationships, like I said, very key. I'll give you an example of how this plays out. One time we had a group of talented individuals that came together and wrote this amazing proposal. Had everything, bells and whistles in it you could think of. Sent it back for a national grant that we were looking for, did not get funded. We were upset, not upset, just disappointed. Couldn't figure out why we didn't get funded. So we had one of our people go back and talk to one of the raters and said, hey, can you just tell us what we could have done better to be more competitive in this process? And the response was, oh, you're from that area. You know, we loved your proposal. One of the best, maybe even the best, but we didn't know you guys. We didn't really know if you could deliver on what you said you could do or not. So we actually funded this other team that didn't have as strong as proposal because we knew them. We knew they could deliver. Conversely, we had an administrator come to our local area who had been back from the East and knew that we wanted to get some funding from some veterans services. So she picks up the phone, makes a call, and says, hey, we really could use some funds to do this type of work out in our area. What can you do for us? So the person said, oh, we can give you funding. Just write us up one pager on what you're going to do with it, and you got the money. It just shows you the power of building those relationships before you try to get funding. From there, let's say that you do need to write a proposal. You've built your relationship, and now the key thing is think about if you're going to apply for a job and what you'd have to go through there to convince somebody to give you that job. It's very similar with securing funding for a proposal, for a grant. So the proposal, you have an executive summary. That's kind of like that initial part of your resume where you're trying to get them to lock in on what is the key factors, you know, that's going to grab that person's attention, that they want to read more. So that's what the executive summary does. It talks about the high level, this is what we're going to accomplish, this is how we're going to accomplish, and here's the key takeaways that you're going to get. Then the body of the proposal is like the body of the resume. That's where you go into details about giving them all the details and information about how good you are, what you can do, what you can accomplish, everything that's involved with what you're going to do. And in that, like a resume, looking for key competencies in the job description, you look for key words from the request for proposal. Use those same words and feed them back so that they can see, oh, they really do get what we're looking for. So then you got your proposal in and they say, yep, we want to hear from you. You go forward to make your presentation. But prior to that point, when you're submitting your proposal application, is the letters of support. Getting letters of support from key community members that can support what you're asking for. There's an art to that, but I won't go into that at this point. But getting those letters of support can help you. And just like you're getting recommendations, you get the letters of support. Having skin in the game is also important. If you can put leverage resources in the proposal that show that, hey, they're not just asking for money, they're putting in some of their own resources, that can also be helpful. So now again, moving forward to the presentation, kind of like the interview, right? You're going for a job interview. So you want to make that connection with that rating committee team. That can happen through a handshake, body language, a joke, different things just to help them feel at ease to make that strong connection, and then you give your presentation. Presentation, again, you're outlining the key deliverables, what you're going to accomplish, the more support that you can show if you're bringing other people, if you're coming as a partnership, bring other people in, that's effective as well. Again, there's an art to that I won't go into here. Once you're done with the presentation, as you would if you had an interview, you'd write a thank you letter to follow up. Here again, you'd write a thank you letter to the rating committee saying thank you for your time, really enjoyed it, outline anything that you want to add, like, hey, we really enjoyed our conversation about this, here's some extra information that might be helpful in making your decision, and then you put that forward as well. So those are really the key concepts in terms of securing funding. Good luck on your journey. Thank you.